Our brothers need a lot of working on. I'm telling you the truth. The wife provoked you. You cannot go and sleep, or you carry yourself and just go and be reading your Bible. That introduction that I did that year, I knew that I wasn't ready for marriage. The sister who is not proud of this one, I beg. Who said he doesn't know, but if I did something and he beats me, he will apologize. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Okay? I don't know where I get this energy from. Anytime I'm coming to YouTube to have a conversation with you people, but I'm not even going to lie, today my energy is off the roof. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, like, it's not as if I won a jackpot or, you know, maybe somebody dashed me, you know, money or something. I'm just like, I've been just so, you know, I've just been excited. I don't know, really, I don't know. I remember I got into the elevator and I was like talking to myself. I was just saying something. You know, I remember that, Mary, calm down now. What is it? Anyways, I'm so happy to be back here. And if you are new here, welcome. We love you. Today's conversation, carry chair and come and sit down. I have plenty gist. Today we are going to be gisting, and I'm also going to be asking you questions. So I want you to please engage this particular video. Drop a comment if it's, you know, if you can relate. If you have something to say, please drop a comment. I'm going to be reacting to a post that I saw on Facebook. By the way, I already got the permission of the poster. So he's giving me the go ahead to, you know, talk, you know, share my opinion, and I'm also going to be sharing my own comments. So for context, I'm currently not on social media. I'm recording this video in November. I, you know, gave myself a break away from all my social media platforms, including WhatsApp, which is very, very dear to me. You know, I just needed time to, you know, rest, relax, and just focus on other things, and then, you know, just, I mean, take care of myself. You know, also teach myself some level of discipline when it comes to, you know, my engagement in the social media space. So basically, I'm going to be posting this video when I'm back on social media, which is going to be in like a few weeks from now. And I didn't even see this particular post because my husband was giving me the gist, like, babe, something's happening on Facebook. Apparently I uninstalled, you know, some apps, and I'm like, what's happening? I don't know. And he's like, Bro Sunday, you know, dropped a post today and people have been commenting. The comments have been going. I'm like, okay. So one of those days when I had, like, you know, some level of freedom, I'm like, you know what, let me log it into Facebook. I'm like, okay, let me now come and be reading, you know, some things. And I'm like, well. I read, I was laughing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Hey, 10 is happening. Do you know what Yoruba say? 10, in fact, 100 is happening. I know that you know, some of these things are also like you know, for those who decided to share, they're like, I mean, pain points, you know, big deal to a lot of them. And but I was trying to wrap my head around how, like, people have experienced a lot of dramas, a lot of things in the name of, you know, relationship, being in a relationship, getting involved with somebody. And as I was thinking about it, I just said that, Miriam, you also have your own story. You also have your own story. Okay, so let me just go straight into it. I don't want to waste time, right? So Mr. Sunday had, you know, posted on his Facebook. By the way, if you're not following Sunday Anani on Facebook, if you've not read any of his book, I don't know, you're missing out. I've interviewed them before. I mean, I've shared, you know, their story, and there's just a lot to learn from him. I love how, you know, he's, you know, doing a lot of things to prepare single people, you know, for marriage. Because me, I am a big advocate of, please go for premarital counseling. Go for premarital counseling before you get married. If you can afford it, please go for it. My husband and I, you know, definitely had our counseling months before, you know, we got married, and it was an eye-opener for us. So I would always encourage everyone to please go for premarital counseling. Don't wait until you get into the marriage, or okay, until when there are issues, before you now say, okay, let's go for counseling. If you can do it before, please do it before. It would save you a lot of stress. So sometime in November, so, you know, Mr. Sunday came up, and then he put up a post, right? He put up a post to say, awesome women, let the men learn from you. Why did you say no? I'm reading from my laptop, so you see me looking from the lens. So why did you say no? Either the first time or later, to the man who once proposed marriage to you? men gather here for a general meeting. So he did this for the female. He also asked the men, why they, probably, told the lady they can no longer continue, with the marriage and all that, with the relationship and all that. And people started dropping comments. Hey, God, I read some comments and I'm like, this is a lot. Like, this is a lot. So I'm just going to highlight some comments, that really got me. I'm going to pick out, a few from the ladies, and I'm also going to pick out a few from the men. And I'm going to share my own story because I think I said no to how many brothers? Don't be annoyed though, please though. Anyway, I'm married now, so I can even talk about some of these things. My husband is calling me. 1 minute. Hey baby, what's up? My husband is calling me. Okay, I'm back. So like I said, I'm going to share some of my own stories, but some of the comments that really made me open my mouth, wait, this is a lot. I'm just going to read them. I'm definitely not going to mention anyone's name, I mean, if you're still interested, you can go and find the post. I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but this is a lady that is talking. I know this person, she's my friend. She said that I asked him what his purpose was. He didn't know. I asked where he sees himself in 3 to 5 years. Nothing. I asked him what I was coming to help him do. He said to wash the plates, wash my clothes, clean the house, and cook for me. Okay. I said, is that all? He then said, sex and kids too. I asked in different simple ways to be sure he understood my question, and the answer was the same. No direction, no plan. I stood up from the proposal point and entered the MC room that same day and said no. One of the mamas there started scolding me and saying I shouldn't have asked any questions. I should have just listened to him and go and pray through. Meanwhile, I have never communicated with this brother before. I just know I've seen him in my church headquarters a few times. Anyways, they sent me to pray. I actually prayed sincerely, and to be fair, the answer was still no. I forgot to add, I asked him, do you love me? He said, and I quote, is that not carnality? It is well. My sister, the sisterhood is proud of you. The sisterhood is proud of you for saying a big fat no to anybody or the brother who... Okay, first, I don't know what year this happened, okay? I don't know if it is like in this day, present day and age, or maybe it's been long, but there's something I used to see, yeah? And I must have said this to people around me. I used to say that our brothers, our church brothers, you understand what I'm saying? Our brothers need a lot of working on. I'm telling you the truth. You say this thing, I don't doubt it though. I do not doubt it one bit because I know that it can happen. In fact, it's not even that I believe it 1001 times. Have you met some church brothers? Like, have you met them? Have you interacted with them? Have you asked them questions? Have you like engaged them? Have you, hey Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to communicate this in a godly manner, but I'm sorry to say that a lot of our church brothers need a lot of working on. Aside from the work of God, the work of the Holy Spirit, a lot of them need to build themselves, need to build capacity, need to, build their personal development, there's just a lot of building that needs to be done. And why I'm saying this because sisters seem to be, getting themselves ready, attending events, going for this one empowerment event, one development event or the other. And then at the end of the day, the brothers are preaching them in the church, right? They're like far, I don't say far behind, right? I don't say far behind, but I don't know, really, I don't know. I'm just going to leave that out. Another comment said, a lady again said, I asked him a simple question. What is that one thing I will do that will make you beat me or that will make him beat me? Uncle said, he doesn't know, but if I did something and he beats me, he will apologize. Sorry. I said, oh, okay, thank you very much. And your brother said this, that if I beat you, I will apologize. Who will you beat? Who do you want to beat? Your child or what? No, who do you want to beat? Let me on that. What do you want to do? What will your wife do? What will your wife do that will make you, as a man, raise your hand to beat your wife? I don't think there's any justification for domestic violence. I'm telling you the truth. Yes, so some people will come and say, oh, the wife provoked me. The wife provoked you. You cannot go and sleep. Or you carry yourself and just go and be reading your Bible. You want to add fire to fry pan. There's no justification at all for domestic violence, guy. There's no justification. You know, say if I apologize, if I beat you, I will apologize. Why should you even be thinking that? Like, you think it is only apology that will take away what you have done? What you have done cannot be undone. So why are you not saying, if I don't want to be angry? I don't know, but this one hooked me. Another one said, okay, I asked, why do you want to marry me? What's your conviction? He simply said, because you are hardworking and he wants a hardworking woman. Uncle, bye-bye. I'm not a camel. No conviction, no nothing. He kept on emphasizing how rich and comfortable he lives, and it was so disturbing. Our church brothers need to know money and spirituality isn't everything. This is one of the top leaders in my church then. He just kept on bragging about his connection, and that's all. It was irritating. What did I say? You see? I don't know, but I feel like, again, some brothers actually think that if they are done from school, you know, they've done their NYSC, they graduated, they have a good job, they have a car, they can afford an apartment, you know. I feel like some brothers, I'm not saying all brothers, because I mean, I've met a lot of solid, powerful, you know, Christian brothers. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. My husband is one of them, of course. I'm sorry. But back to what I was saying, right? Some brothers actually think that that is all that qualifies them to be ready for marriage. If you ask them, what do you know about leadership, home leadership? What do you know about taking care of a woman? What do you know about raising a child? What do you know about building a home? Which book have you read? Which counselor have you listened to? Which, if you ask them some of these questions, you will be shocked. What do you even know about spending money as a man you want to marry? If we ask you some of these, you know, small questions, a lot of them will fumble. A lot of them will fumble, just like this one that I just read out. Like, how can you be saying that there's no other reason? You want a hardworking woman. Who do you want to kill? No, who do you want to kill? You want a hardworking woman. So on the day when she decides not to no longer be hardworking, what are you going to do? Because things they occur. Anyways, let me leave the ladies. Let me go to the brothers, because everybody they collect. So like I said, Mr. Sunday also asked the guys, you know, why did he say that you can no longer proceed with this, you know, lady and all that? And then a brother commented. He said, I didn't break up with her. She did instead, but it was an answered prayer based on what God told me that week. Joe, a very ambitious lady, but the use of abusive and offensive words at every point of discussion, disagreement, or misunderstanding is a no-go area for me. Anytime she asked questions on how I want my family to be and I mentioned my name, she picked me up and starts the offensive words like you're selfish, stingy, greedy, and the likes. And that a good family man does not think about himself, but his family, wife, and children. And why should I be in the equation? I asked her about the kind of house she would like to build. She said someone that's earning my kind of salary should not discuss anything about building a house. Sister. I didn't disclose everything about monthly take home with her though. I really wanted to shun all the red flags, but the mercies of God over my life will not let that happen. A lot to say, but thank God for life. She's doing well and I'm doing very well for myself too. Amazing, beautiful. I'm happy for you, my brother. I'm happy for you. But why will a sister actually say that somebody that is earning your kind of salary should not be discussing building? Like, why would you say that? That's very, very rude. Like, as a sister, why would you say that? Like, do you not see the guy you want to marry? Do you not see him beyond what he is currently? Are you not even happy that he's a forward thinker, like he's having conversations on, oh, what kind of home are we going to build, or maybe what kind of house are we going to build? And you're saying that somebody earning his kind of salary, even if he's earning maybe below you, I feel like that is that's very insensitive for a sister to say. And no, the sisterhood is not proud of this one, I beg. Then there was this particular comment that actually generated a lot of reactions, and I'm going to read it. It was her intelligence that first drew me in. The way she could dissect any topic, from politics to the price of abacha in the market, was captivating. We met at a mutual friend's traditional wedding in Enugu, and from the first conversation, I was hooked. She was smart, beautiful, and confident. Everything I thought I wanted in a partner. Amazing. We started dating, and for months, I felt like the luckiest man alive. Oh, she could hold her own in any room. And her passion for success was infectious. I often joke that I was dating the future CEO of Nigeria's biggest company in Oshe. But then, cracks began to show. Somebody put that sound. That's how they used to put in Hollywood. Small at first, like hairline fractures on a clay pot. Oh, these guys. This particular guy, I'm sure he's a writer, because the way he was explaining some of those things was very funny. She said it was during a regular Saturday outing. We were at a local spot eating Isiu. When I noticed her snapping at the waiter for bringing her drink late, I thought it was just a bad day, so I let it slide. Then there was the day we went to visit my grandmother in the village. My lovely grandmother, a sweet woman who had practically raised me, offered her a plate of jollof rice with fried fish. She turned it down with a sharp tone. I don't eat local fish. Do you have chicken or something better? The room went silent. My grandmother chuckled awkwardly, but I could feel the tension. Later, I tried to talk to her about it. Her response was nonchalant. She called the name of the guy. She said, "It's just who I am. I can't pretend to be something I am not." That's when it hit me. Our words were different. I didn't need someone perfect, but I needed someone who could embrace the simplicity of life, someone who understood that respect and kindness weren't optional, even in small things. It wasn't one big fight or dramatic breakup. It was just the realization over time that as much as I admired her drive and ambition, our values didn't align. So I let her go, quietly and respectfully. She was an amazing woman, but not the woman for me. And from that experience, I learned that love isn't just about admiration. It's about compatibility, understanding, and the little things that make life feel full. Oh, my dear sister, how can you tell a grandma? You cannot even look at the effort of the woman. He said that you don't eat fish. But Leo, when you bought pepper. But you see, when I read some of these stories in my head, I'm like, people are bold though. For audacity. Where some people used to buy the audacity from, I'm not sure it is by the roadside. It can never be by the roadside. Because what kind of audacity is that? You are not even happy that they offered you food. They are opening your mouth to say that's who you are. Some ladies need to learn manners. See, let me even tell you something. You see all this, I don't want to say some things, but what I'm trying to say is that beyond getting attracted to people through their profiles and maybe online representation, right? Get to know them beyond what they display outside. Because 10 is happening. You understand me? 10 like this is happening. That post that he made, it had a lot of reactions, but I mean, when I was reading it, I'm just like, more things happen. So over to you, my dear viewers. Why did you reject a proposal? Or why did you tell somebody that, oh, you know what, I can no longer be with you and all that? I really want to hear. I want to read from you. Let me share my own experience. Anyways, I had like how many relationships before my husband? It's not a lot though. Don't look at me like that. I must have, shared here before my first relationship, that didn't work out even after we had done our introduction. Then I think after then I took a break. I'm just like, you know what, I'm not even interested in any relationship again. I wanted to focus on my life, focus on my career, just continue to do my thing. And I think for like 3 years, maybe 3 years or 4, I wasn't in any relationship. I was just really, really focused on myself and building myself. I think after then, I got into another relationship. So for my first relationship, I think the major thing that made me say, no, I'm not going to do this again, even after the years of being together, even how far the journey had come at that time. I mean, after introduction and all that, it was because after that introduction that I did that year, I knew that I wasn't ready for marriage. I was 24 and I just knew that, man, I'm not ready for marriage. I was so scared. I was so worried about a lot of things that were not going right. We're always, having issues from one fight to another. We're always fighting. We're always settling a quarrel. And I also think that it's also because of my level of understanding at that point in time. Because, man, I had not really learned a lot about what it really means to, want to be married. I was enjoying the process and all that, but when I got to that point of saying, this is becoming real low, I knew that I wasn't ready, and I wasn't just going to jump into something I wasn't ready for. And beyond that, even when I now said, what, I'm not doing again, all of that, I now began to get, things that were like threats to me, like, if you don't marry this guy, you will never do this. And I'm like, for other city. In fact, I think that the words that I got after I made that decision were one of the things that made me say, even if heaven will fall, I'm not going to marry this brother. I'm not sorry to say. I remember then I got to a point in my life and I'm like, except if Jesus will come and tell me, this is the person you marry, because I couldn't understand why at 24 I had to start dealing with hearing a lot of things. I don't know if maybe life happened to me early, maybe I went through some phases of my life quite early. I don't know if at that age, maybe that's early, because again, early or late is very relative, right? But at that point in time, I was fighting a lot of battles. People said horrible things about me. Like, what did I not hear? Even from so-called friends, that's why these days, I am very, very careful with friends. Because I don't see shade gay. I'm telling you the truth. Even from people that I thought, like, you're going to have my back. No, you have your back, okay? People say different things, but now, I mean, it's everything, they're now in the past now, so, I mean, I've let all of those things go behind me. So the next relationship I got into, which was like years later, I mean, now, I've grown and all that. And this brother was not even in Nigeria, right? I will not mention his, where he was based. And I used to know him in the youth choir. So we're not so close, but I knew him in the youth choir. We weren't talking, but again, I knew him. So when he got my contact, he had messaged me on Facebook. So apparently he had been messaging me every year, every on my birthday. But I mean, on my birthday, I get lots of messages. So how many do I want to respond to? Hello, low budget celebrity. I'm joking, please, I'm joking. So I mean, yes, I really used to have a lot of messages. So it was later I got to know that this brother was sending me messages from so year, right? And then when I eventually answered that message he sent to me, he got my contact, and then we started talking. And then, he didn't even waste time with letting me know his intention. And I'm like, nice one. No, this brother didn't even waste time. Me, I love, straight to the point. Let me know why you are here and all that. And I remember then I spoke with people who, knew him more than I did at that point in time. And everybody I spoke to attested to the fact that this brother is a good brother. He's a Christian, he's this and that. And let me quickly say something here, that when it comes to the decision of who you're going to get married to, the testimonies of people is not enough. You cannot bank on, so person said this, and because of that, I want to go ahead. If that is your only backing, that this is it. If you don't have a go ahead from God, I don't know. Just whatever you see, just take it. Yeah, just take it. Because I think at that point in my life also, I just felt like, Mary, it's been a while, you've not been in a relationship. Make it no come be like, say, Mary, you save your shakara too much. Because then I used to hear a lot of things. People will just say different things. This Mary, maybe she's the one even using brothers to do shakara, blah, blah, blah. At some point in my life, I wasn't even having anybody that was, reaching out to me for, marriage or anything. Nobody was even toasting me. Anyways, so when this brother came, I'm just like, this one don't come, let me, let's try it. And like I said, I got, really positive comments, about him from people. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead. I prayed about it. I can't remember if I even got a conviction or not, but I know that, I was open to, let's try it and let's see where it's going to lead to. And, we started, went to the MC. And I remember that when he went to the MC, he told me that I had gone to the MC. And I'm like, okay, fine. I was waiting for, the MC to get back to me. And I did not get any call from the MC, right? Nobody called me. And this brother would say, are you sure that nobody called? I said, nobody called me. He said, okay, are you sure you don't have any issues with any of them? In my mind, I'm like, issue, okay. The last MC file I opened, I have already gone to close it, But it was, I noticed that it was like, agitating or feeling like, oh yeah, let's do this in sharp. I'm like, brother, calm down now. If they call me, I will tell you. They have called me. I will go and answer. It was me that so yeah, go to MC. So, but then I didn't get any call from the MC, and me, I just left it like that. And there was an issue that happened, after I proposed, because they had already asked me that, will you marry me? I say yes, that time. We were now waiting for, MC to call me so that we now be, official with MC and all that. And I remember that then I said, okay, bro, so. This one that I've even said yes to you, you will not give me a gift for proposal, ni? Oh, I beg, make I feel like you understand. Do something. And this brother, I noticed I was feeling reluctant, right? And I didn't even count it as anything. Guess what? I'm one of the people that I'm not carried away by material things. Anyone who knows me will know this, because to an extent, for the larger part of my adult life, I have been independent. And when I say this with every sense of humility. I got out of school at 19. And at that time, at 19, I was already working in the bank. So to an extent, I could afford my basic needs. Do you get me? To a very large extent, I could afford like basic things you want to buy, all these small things that ladies would buy. So it wasn't like maybe getting me a gift would be something that I don't know how to explain it. And again, I'm saying it with every sense of humility, so nobody should, misquote me or misunderstand what I'm saying. I think at that point in time, just like, this one will be so I don't even accept proposal. I used to hear that, you accept proposal, they'll buy you, even if it is wristwatch. And so I noticed I was, reluctant about it. And I'm like, okay, you know what, drop it, because months have passed and you didn't say anything about it. So we just continued, in our relationship and all that and all. And Valentine was coming. I said, I hope you didn't send me anything. He said, no, that I should not worry. Okay, Valentine Day came. I got a call and somebody said he had a delivery for me. And in my mind, I'm like, from who? He said, oh, the person said you should not mention his name, so that, you will not, I will not know. It was supposed to be a surprise. Okay, I'm here for all the surprise. And I'm not going to lie. The surprise surprised me. Hey, God, I'm trying to, I don't want to go into details too much. When I saw what he sent, through the person he sent it, I felt disappointed. No cap. And in my mind, I'm like, is this all I am worth to you? That was what came to my mind, right? I'm like, this is what I'm worth. I better go. So now, the gift was not the issue, right? It was the fact that days later, because I didn't say anything about the gift, right? I didn't say anything about the gift. Like, I just kept quiet, like I didn't get anything. So days later, he called me and said, Mary, did you not get the gift I sent? I said, are you the one that sent me so thing? I said, I said you should not send me anything. I was like, why would I say that? Why would I say that? I can't remember how the conversation went, but, I now asked him that, is this all I'm worth to you? Like, I literally said it because I just felt like, as giving me a gift. Why will you pack something like this and come and give me? Like, for what? Me, I just felt like I wasn't deserving of that. Please. I'm not the kind of girl you can be using things like this to impress. Again, I hope that nobody misinterprets, this particular story I'm sharing. Anyways, that was actually where the fight started from, because it felt like, why would I say that I wasn't what he sent to me? And, we went on that for a long time. We went on that. I expressed my displeasure, and he also expressed his displeasure. And he started saying some things, and I'm like, is this not the brother that is gentle? I could not believe that this same person who I have been talking with for a couple of months now, who has been very sweet, very nice and all that, could flip that much and began to say some really, really unkind words. I was dazed. So I got to a point when I kept quiet, and then he went on saying those things, and I'm like, okay, no problem. So after the whole thing, I cried. I remember I cried. Me, that time now, something that somebody would say to me like this, I'll be crying. Not anymore. I've grown so much. I cried. Hey. Then later I went to talk to, one of my, big sisters. And then I explained everything to her. And then she said, Mary, you too, what you did is not nice. Even if, you didn't like the gift, there was a way you could have said it, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe I messed up in that part. I would apologize to him. The remaining small ego. Well, women, I don't know if we have ego, Shabo. That, that remaining tiny little bit of, self-respect and all that is remaining. I went to him and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry and all that. And this brother just began to, say and all that. I'm like, I came to apologize to you because I spoke with somebody and then they said that the way I presented him was not nice. So, left to me. Thank you, Holy Spirit. God has really worked on me. Anyways, I'm not even going to lie because I'm not. Thank you. I'm sorry. Back to my story. So that night, again, he said, some other things, and I'm like, guy, I can't do this. Like, you can't be talking to me like this. Honestly, you cannot. Even if you're unhappy with me, I am going to be your wife. You cannot be disrespecting me this way, saying that what I did to you, your mom cannot do it to you, your sisters cannot do it to you. Why are you comparing me with your mom? Why are you comparing me with your sisters? I don't want to do that, And then because of some of the things he said, I'm just like, what? I'm not doing anymore. I'm done. And that was when another thing now started. He started sending people to me. People would call me, Mary, this. Man, it was getting so overwhelming. At some point, I'm like, is relationship this hard? If it is this hard, I beg, I know they do. It was so overwhelming. It was so tiring. It was like I was choking. I'm just like, brother, I beg, no vex. I know if you do this thing again, no vex, I beg. I know face, I just had to say, what, I can't do this anymore. And I just noticed there were just some, little things that used to happen then between us, and I used to be like, why is this brother like this? I didn't know if it was because of maybe the age gap between us, because he was really, really elderly than I am. The age difference was over 10 years. And at that point, I was ready. You understand? I was even thinking that, they used to say that, older men are, good and all that. I was even already going to read about, people that married older men. I was already reading about, Pastor Kojo Emade. I was already reading books that would prepare me to marry somebody who is way older than I was. Jesus, I dodged the bullet, and a lot of things will happen. It could be like in money conversations. I could say that, for instance, there was a time when I had a hangout, with some of my friends. I used to organize, these yearly hangouts. And when I organize those kind of hangouts, it's luxury. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's enjoy yourself. People pay money for it. So I feel like I mean, people paid. Why should we not be able to eat something proportionate to what we paid? I mean, so that time, I remember that particular year, we had that event in a Chinese restaurant, and we all came, we ate, we enjoyed ourselves, we had pictures and all that. And I was giving this guy feedback like, this my event today was amazing and all that. We spent such amount of money, on food and drinks and all that. And his reaction was like, why would you spend that kind of amount of food? It's too much. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, it's not even my money. People contributed, people paid for this service. Why you taking a person? I just noticed that. No, I don't want, no, I don't want this kind of thing. I don't want, and I just literally say, you know what, I'm not interested, I'm sorry. As I am like this, I don't like stress on my head. As I am like this, I don't like stress, I don't like wahala. Anything that's going to stress my life, I do not want. So when I was reading those comments, on Facebook, I could relate, when people say that, they had conversations, maybe they have conversations with the people they, probably in a relationship with, and, what they get is like what I ordered versus what I get. Like, I feel like I've been there. And it's not palatable to anyone. There's something else that came into my mind, and I just hope that, someday later, maybe I'll be able to, interview somebody who is able to speak about handling rejection, because that's another part of this conversation where a sister probably says, no, I'm not interested to you. And then you pick an offense, and then you are angry, and then you begin to use swear words. You begin to curse the person. If somebody says, I'm not going to marry you, if somebody decides not to marry you, maybe because of whatever reason, nothing is going to happen to the person. See, this is not Nollywood, though. I think a lot of us must have watched so many, Nollywood movies and all that, where if you did not marry somebody tomorrow, you now see that person is driving car, you'll be checking. This is not a movie, oh. This one is real life. This is real life. You understand me? This is real life. Don't allow anybody to come and use anything to bamboozle you. What have I not even heard? A brother has told me before that, my wealth is tied to our marriage. Hello, what's that? What is all of these fallacies? What is that one? Yes, I know. I've heard a lot of, so we've heard a lot of stories where somebody will say, so when I married this person, I got my breakthrough. I got this, I got that. I'm not doubting those things, and I'm not saying that they do not exist. Do you even know what the Bible calls a wife? He who finds a wife does what? Obtains favor from the Lord. Do you know what it means? So, as I am like this, I am favor personified. If I marry you like this, forget it. You are already favored. A whole favor. So when people say, my wealth is tied to marrying you, hey, I know these things are real, but I'm just saying that they are not, well, I don't know, I beg. Before somebody will come and misquote me now and say that Mary said so. Please, I'm just trying to say that let your basis, let it be on God's word, right? Let it be on God's word. And back to what I was saying about rejection. Some brothers really don't know how to handle rejections. And also, I understand it, because I know that it is not easy to be in a relationship with somebody. You built your life around that person. You have envisioned your life with that person, and all that. And then just maybe one day the person just says, no, I'm no longer doing. I know that it is painful. Maybe I may not be able to relate because I'm not a guy, but I know that, a lot of, brothers would relate. I know that, yes, it is painful, it is hurting, but if you do not marry this person, God probably knows why, and he probably is, has prepared somebody else for you. So don't feel bad. Don't take it personal. Like, if the person does not marry me, this person's life will not be okay. Please let us desist from doing all of these evil things, because I think they're evil things. I think they're really, really evil things. If you feel like because somebody did not marry you, the person will not progress, the person's life will not be better. Is that not witchcraft? Is that not witchcraft? Oh no, it is well, Jerry. Talk to me in the comment section, my people. Why did you say no to the person that proposed to you, or why did you tell the person you want to propose to that, you know what, I'm no longer doing? I love to hear from you. I shared my own story today, and I hope that, I don't even know if there's any lesson. I just came here to gist today, but I hope that there's one of these things to pick. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I don't know. I feel so good today. Like, my energy is off. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. I had to call my husband and ask him, did he do something? Did he do something? Is he planning to do something? Make sure you subscribe, like, and drop a comment. I'm going to really love to, see your comments. I really love, and I promise I'm going to respond, to your comments. Thank you so much. God bless you. Continue to live joyful and happily. Bye.